Lakers get the win against the Rockets, 120 to 102. Hello and welcome to Lakers Live post game show presented by Big Baby Sports. I'm your host Jonathan Soffel. This evening and tonight, I will be joined by Aaron. Aaron, how's it going, man? Hope all is well. That was a good win tonight.
That was a great win, man. Probably one of the best defensive games I've seen them do in the last few days. It's good to see. It's good to see improvements.
Yeah, man. But before we get into the Laker game, I just want to say thank you for all the support, for the text messages, the calls, and everything. It was a very traumatic event that happened with my dad. RP Dad. I just want to thank you guys so much for reaching out and checking up on me, man, because it's tough. But marathon continues, man. So let's get into tonight's Lakers win. Anthony Davis had 27 points, four rebounds, four assists. Excuse me, one assist. Excuse me. LeBron had 18 points, 7 rebounds, 7 assists. I liked how he did tonight. Like
Yeah,
Marcus Gasol did okay. I'm giving the rundown of the players, and then I'll get to Aaron. My bad. Marcus Gasol, 6 points, 5 fouls. Not surprising. Marcus Gasol, horrible tonight. Dennis Schroeder, 8 points, 7 points. KCP came back from an injury, and shout out to Kyle Kuzma. Shout out to Montrezl Harrell, and shout out to Taylor Tucker. But overall, give us your thoughts about tonight's game, Aaron.
overall, I definitely say we look better. You know, we not only we look sharper, but when we play defense the way we do, if you can play that great. Now, don't get me wrong. First half is great. Third quarter, we came out in the game, looked a little slow. I think we had a period of time where we only had one basket
Mm-hmm.
in 3 minutes, 4 minutes,
Mm-hmm.
up 27-point lead.
Mm-hmm.
We could say this every game, no matter what. No matter how big of a lead you have, as obviously the Clippers know, no matter how big of a lead you have in the game, it's 48 minutes. It doesn't mean you want to lead, you want a 27-point lead to stay up there. But it takes not only defense, but it takes the offense. And I felt like third quarter we kind of slipped a little bit. We didn't look that sharp in the third quarter. We were kind of getting a little cute with the ball again. And Manny and I have talked about this before. Is when you're going to close out a team, we could have really taken the full life out of Houston in that third quarter. Like
Mm-hmm.
easily, we could have probably been up by over 30 if we made smart passes, if we were taking some more inside shots.
Mm-hmm.
Davis didn't look that sharp in the third quarter. Don't get me wrong; he was shooting great. I think one
Mm-hmm.
point he was 9 for 9. That's unbelievable. But goes back to it again: is 40-minute game. You have to be consistent out there. You want the bench, the team knows if we can build this lead up, that means AD and LeBron are only playing 3 quarters of basketball and they have 12 minutes off of their load
Mm-hmm.
for tonight's game than they would have in a typical circumstance. So I felt like, overall, a good win. I mean, me personally, I think we could have not allowed them, we could have kept them under 100 points if we didn't get so lacklustered in that third quarter.
Yeah, man. Lakers played great all the way until the second half, but Lakers shot 50% 3 pointers, 10 out of 29, which is 34% unacceptable. Gotta do better. Unfortunately, man, I just like the defense. Talking. Shout out to Anthony Davis. Shout out to Anthony Davis for calling the Lakers out defensively. Thank you. Now it woke us up, and we're up by 20 something points. I know we mentioned about the San Diego Clippers, and we got some in the comments. His name is Clipper Darrow. Be quiet about my Clippers, man. We're just keeping it real, Clipper Darrow, man. We're keeping it real. Your team gives up leads after leads after leads. We didn't give up the lead. We stay the course. We execute. We knew Houston was gonna make a run, right, Aaron? We knew Houston was gonna make that run.
Yeah.
You know, it's part of
Hey,
basketball.
Clipperdale, we're just throwing that out there. Like I said, bro, I respect you, respect what you're doing, but when it comes to basketball, I mean, you have to bring it up because, I mean, we're talking about the Lakers, but also you guys I mean, you basically had Golden State under your belt, and you guys just completely collapsed. So, I mean, that we have a right to say that, but I get it. Don't. I mean, we hope to see you obviously when we play the Lakers or when you guys play the Lakers. So then we'll
Yeah,
have something really good to talk about.
yeah, and he's a San Diego Clippers. Appreciate San Diego Daryl. What's going on? But yeah, man. If you guys have questions, put them in the comments. But let's get back to the Lakers
Yeah.
game, man. I really liked how we out rebounded Houston. You know, I liked how we out rebounded Houston. I was saying that to one of my friends. I said Lakers got out rebound because we've been getting a lot of rebounds. You know what I saw tonight that I'm proud of? The lane, they closed the lane, which I liked. You know, defensively we talked, and Morris and Cousins got into effect. That sparked us. You know, and that little ticky tack foul on LeBron. Come on now, you get hit in the face, play through it, keep pushing. You know what I mean? So, Aaron, what do you think about the Morris scuffle with DeMarcus Cousins? Do you think that kind of had an impact on the game overall from the momentum?
Yeah, I think it took. I think that scuffle that happened. I think that really took Houston's momentum away because, you know that Demarcus Cousins is a hell of a player. I mean, the dude, all around great scorer. Technically has a ring with us. But definitely momentum changers. Lakers were already playing without Wesley Matthews, so
Mm-hmm.
we already knew Wesley Matthews not playing. THT, there you go. There's another opportunity for this guy to shine, and he did. He's great. LeBron high praises him. He's great. He's so young and he's already learning so much. And it's like when you have someone on that team and when you have a
Mm-hmm.
veteran like LeBron that talks so much great things about you, I think it just helps. And I think the Lakers saw an opening that says, all right, they're shorthanded right now. So let's go after him. And they started playing. I mean, I was watching the way they were guarding James Harden, and it literally looked almost like playoff defense right there. Like they were making everything as difficult as possible for them.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, 100%, man. Our defense was there tonight, rotating, switching, talking. And thank you, Christian Woods. Thank you for talking. Thank you for opening up your mouth. Thank you for saying, I'm looking forward to playing Lakers. I'm looking forward to playing against AD. They took you on that challenge. He did have Christian Woods did circle us and he said can't wait to play AD. He had 23 points, shot 10 out of 20. 1 for 3 from the field. James Harden had 20 points, 7 for 14 from the field. John Wall only had 14 points, 5 for 14 from the field. But Anthony Davis had 27 points, like we just mentioned, 4 rebounds. That 4 rebounds, you gotta do better, AD. You can't get 4 rebounds. It's unacceptable. You gotta do more. As the best big man, best power forward in the game, you gotta get more rebounds. You know what I mean? But he shot really well tonight. 9 out of 12. I'm excited. And this is the AD that we normally like to see. Get the ball in the post, go to work. You know.
Yeah, I mean, plus 29 from plus 29. That's terrific.
Mm-hmm.
Um, ideally, ideally, I would have said perfect game for AD, 27 and 10. At
Mm-hmm.
least your big guy out there get the rebounds. I want to see in the games that if AD and Trez is out there, I want to see them both fighting for rebounds. You know what? Hey, if you get this rebound, I'll get the next one. You get this one, I'll get this one. If you're gonna rotate like that, that's fine. But you got to go out there, box out, and just
Mm-hmm.
leap for the ball.
Mm-hmm.
Grab the ball. You're the tallest guy out there. Houston plays small ball. You have the advantage, and that's the only thing really I think that Davis didn't do much tonight. But I mean, LeBron did LeBron things, and you can't ask for much more. I mean, playing without Morris, he's a big part of it. But it's good to see other guys. And no Jared Dudley tonight either.
Mm-hmm.
So that was already someone. We saw him in the last game. He had more minutes due to Davis not being out. So there was already they were already going in really short-handed. So I give Lakers props today. They played well and they deserve to win.
Yeah, most definitely, man. Deserved to win. They played great. But here's the thing. We had good players playing. Dennis Schroeder struggled tonight, 3 for 10 from the field, but he did chip in with 7 assists, 5 rebounds. He did the other things. If his scoring wasn't going good, he did other things. Rebound, assist, rotate the ball from side to side. But Kyle Kuzma, man, Kyle Kuzma had a great game. 13 points, 5 out of 12. Loved his energy. He shot the ball really well. And man, Montrezl Harrell, hey, Montrezl Harrell brought that energy, man. He kind of like got going. He was getting people's faces. That's what I like to see from Montrezl Harrell. And Lakers got the best bench in the NBA, and we have the best record in the NBA. People are not gonna mention that, but on Spectrum Sportsnet, LA, we got best record, and guess what? Too, we're 5-0, 6-0 on the road. Might as well just keep the Lakers on the road, man. Might as well keep us on the road. But here's the thing: LeBron only played 30 minutes, 7-15 from the field, 18 points, 7 rebounds, 7 assists. I get that, but sometimes facilitates, which I understand he facilitates. But sometimes you gotta get it going. You know what I mean? But LeBron, we play this team on Tuesday again. Because here's the thing about these back-to-backs with the Houstons and San Antonios. These games are kind of like playoff games, in a sense. We may match up with Houston in the first round. You never know. Because Houston is 3-5 or 8-3, so you never know. We get the 1 seed, they get the 8. We meet up in the playoffs. We know how to beat them. You know what I mean? So I'm not too worried. Give us your thoughts.
I'm not too worried. Houston's just not. Houston was more of a playoff competitive team last year. Despite the fact that they had Mike D'Antoni's style of offense, they're very much a pick and roll, shoot it out, have 4 guys out there, and four guys essentially and 1 guy inside. It's not like that right now with this Houston's team. They're kind of they're in between a mixture of that. Like you could see a little bit tonight where they run some of D'Antoni's plays still, like where the Lakers were just absolutely didn't catch them, like saying, okay, hey, I just threw it to an extra guy because I know he's going to be there, and I just want you to shoot a 3. The Lakers played decent tonight. There's always room for improvements. I'm not, a win, obviously a win's a win, but we had still too many turnovers in the game. 17 turnovers in a game led to 16 points off of turnovers. It's still not perfect basketball yet. But there's room to improve. LeBron said it, and I said it again on the last post-game show, is I'd even give us about a B+ too. I would not give us A+ basketball yet. I would not put us in an A category yet. Maybe in the next few weeks or so, we see more consistency from the bench, more consistency from Kuzma. Yeah, we talked about Kuzma. I want to, there were some shots that he took today that I was a little bit shocked. Why did you rush your shot? Why do you only run for a 3? You're a great mid-range shooter. Take the mid-range. He's got a great fadeaway too, if he wants to take that. He doesn't take those enough. And, I still think, if you're going to shoot a 3, have an opportunity to make it, go for it. But if the 3 is not falling, go inside. Go inside the paint, man, especially against Houston. It's not like they have any big guys. They gave up their big guys. It's basically guards. It's essentially like an all-guard team. It's not even really a forward team because they're not that tall. But you just got to go out there and be competitive with them, and put the barrel down, as they say.
Yeah, man, put the barrel down. And we got a question from my boy Vince. Do you think if this COVID thing keeps going, do you think NBA could season cancel? Just curious. Vince, shout out to you, bro. Shout out to you. Thank you for always tuning into the stream, man. Appreciate you. Yeah. From New Jersey, man. Appreciate you, man. But as far as that, Wojnarowski tweeted out that they're not going to pause the season. They're going to continue to go with the protocols, go with all that stuff. What is your thoughts about the break, about Vince's question?
Vince, when we committed to the short season, you got to think of it this way too. They're doing all the COVID protocols they're going to do. The teams that allow fans in the stands are not allowing that many. And if there was something of a spike, if there was something that was related to teams that are inviting fans to come there, you best believe they're not going to have fans come to those games. Maybe a few games or so, not too many. But when they're paying for the revenues, they're paying for all the TV stuff. That's a lot of money to try and cancel the season. It hasn't been a majority effect that it's literally almost all the teams have been dealing with it. It's little bits here and there. The only team, as far as I know, is the only team that was heavily affected was Philly, and they actually had Dwight Howard as their point guard. and Danny Green was their two guard,
Hmm.
and that was pretty funny to watch. But it's funny, but it sucks too because the circumstances are the circumstances. They got by having an extra active player that shouldn't have even been active because he's banged up because of this. But
Hmm.
you got through it, and nobody's gonna ask for that to happen to any team. But the season's got to go on. It's a as we say, it's a marathon. You get better. You get better. Do what you got to do. Hopefully, the only thing else with COVID that I could say is let's just hope they expedite in the next few weeks when things turn around, that they can expedite the vaccines for the players. That would be great. I'd be all for that. Get the players vaccinated first. Then there's a little bit. Then the COVID protocols maybe are dipping more because okay, they're covered. They're going for their second rounds whenever they do. Halfway when the second half of the season starts, problem solved. And then by then, hopefully, fans are in the stands.
Yeah, man. I agree with Aaron 100%, and just get them vaccinated. And the other game that got canceled was Boston and Miami
Mhm.
because Boston were at 8 players. It's unfortunate. The bubble worked, and the NBA didn't want to do a bubble, which I think they should have, but they didn't want to. But now we just gotta keep pushing. If players sit out, gotta keep pushing. And we got a question from my boy Jay, always coming in on the stream. Can Kuzma stay consistent?
I knew that was going to come up. I knew that was going to come up. Um, Jay, I mean, you've heard us talk about Kuzma, I think probably every show lately because of how inconsistent he's been. Jay, I would, to be honest, I'd love to see Kuzma drop 15, at least 15 or 20 points every game. He's a great player, and I don't know, there's no, I get it. There's roles that say, okay, well, yeah, he's going to play better when he starts. Well, yeah, anybody's going to play better when they start because they're getting extra shoot around. They're the first people to be touching the basketball. Great. But you're great. He's a great person to have on the bench. And if he can help this team average just like he did today, come out there and, score 13 points even, 13 points is okay, but, get the mid range game, go to the hole more. If he could start adding that in more and just being aggressive there, getting the free throw line early, I think that could help him too stay more consistent and more focused and ready to go because I feel like he rushes his shot way too much.
Yeah, Jay. I feel like Kuzma. Shout out to my boy Vince that always tells me Kuzma plays better when he starts, and I agree. But sometimes you gotta just play better off the bench too. You can't just be consistent starting, and then when you come off the bench, you struggle. When you get the ball out there, when you go out there, just say, I'm coming out there to dominate the ball. Get out of my way. I'm scoring on you. Just like Lou Williams, just like Nick Young when he was back in the day with Philly. He came off the bench a lot of the times and turned up. 30, 40, 20 to 30 points. I need Kuzma that mentality. I'm out here on the court. I'm going to do the best I can and turn up. And let me see. Vince has another question or comment. I think Kuzma was great because him and Alonzo Ball have great chemistry, a connection, in my own opinion. Yeah, that's true. It's unfortunate that Lonzo Ball is not a Laker anymore. We got AD, so we got a championship from it, so it's all good. Maybe I know we re-signed Kuzma, but if
A
it
lot of
doesn't work,
expectation. Yeah.
yeah, a lot of expectation. And this guy behind me, late great Kobe, always said it best. Sometimes the lights for people are just too bright in Los Angeles, and it's not the lights are bright for Kuzma because if it was, he would have been shipped out of here. He would have been gone. But at the end of the day, I feel like it's just a mental thing. At this point in his career, if he's not playing really well, he only had 13 points tonight. But what I'm saying is, if he continues to struggle off the bench, continues to not play good defense, which he's improved, by the way, in my personal opinion. But what I'm saying is, if Kuzma can't handle the spotlight, he needs to go. But that contract is tradable. Right here, shout out to my boy MR MI09. What's good, man? Appreciate you tuning in. Kuzma's starting to get showcased. He has a tradable contract. What you think, Aaron?
He does, but he's not. You know, he's not going to get traded right away,
Mm-mm.
and that's something every fan has to know is how the business works. And most of us at Big Baby Sports, we all know how the business works, what trades could happen, ideally. But everybody, you gotta, Kuzma's goal this year is to shut all the haters down. He made that very clear through social media, through everywhere he's been posting, everywhere he's been talking to the media. I want to be good. I want to shut these people up, get them off my back for bashing me of how inconsistent I am. So if you want the fans to back off of you, it's all about performing. Don't get me wrong. He was okay in the playoffs last year. Now you got to be better than that. With LeBron had his chip on his shoulder of everybody said he's washed up, he can't play ball, so on and so forth. Boy, did he shut them up because that dude should have won the MVP this year. But you know what? He got a better MVP, so I think he's okay with that.
Mm-hmm.
But in the end, Kuzma can be six man of the year if he really goes for it. Don't get me wrong. Trez is a great option for six man of the year as well. But Kuzma can stay consistent this year, have a great year, average 15 to 20 points a game, get after rebounds, make smart passes, shoot decent shots consecutively. That dude has a very good potential of being a runner up for six man of the year, and I'm gonna call that right now.
Yeah. Kuzma, man. I love his game, but I just feel like I don't know. Just it's a mental thing at this point, my personal opinion. But he's better at passing, defense better. Loved his energy tonight on defense. But there's sometimes, like you said, Aaron, there's times where he takes like, what are you doing? He'd be running. I remember there was a play against Chicago where he was running and like traveled. Remember that where his 3-point line, he was just jogging, pulled up, and then traveled. I'm like, what are you doing? Get set before you start running and shooting. Come on, Kuz. Got a couple. LeGoat Sharp, what's good, man? So glad we got rid of Boogie Cousins. Dude deserves to get tossed for him hitting Braun in. Yeah, it's unfortunate, man. Cousins is a good piece for us. Cousins is a good piece, but unfortunately he's got injured, and that's how we got Dwight. But that play right there, it happens. It's basketball. You know what I mean? People get elbowed all the time. It happens.
Yeah, I mean, we've seen it before. I mean, so I think they should just let it go. But
every time Kuzma shows case in the trade deadlines, Kuzma plays great. But as soon as he shows he's staying, he gets comfortable and slacks off a bit. I love Kuz. I want to see him stay consistent. I believe he was what it takes, but I don't know what mental thing. My personal opinion.
Nina, you're right.
Yeah,
you are right. You're absolutely Nina. Nina, you hit this right on the money. I mean, I mean that's the best one right there tonight.
Mm-hmm.
He's great. He's a great player. You can't, he could be consistent, and this is what I mean is, I like to say this is he gets too cute with his passes. He gets too cute with his shots. He's like, you know what? I'm just going to take this three and realize that, I had plenty of time. I could have made a pass, or I could have actually got a better ISO, dribble the ball, get a pick coming towards you, and go for it and play off, or make a pass and play off of it, play give and go. And that's like, you don't see that very often. You see him look good. It's like there's flashes that we see. Like tonight was a flash of what Kuzma can be. What Kuzma was technically with Lonzo before, even before LeBron was there. What Kuzma did. He's had great games before.
Mm-hmm.
He's averaged a lot of points. Is very possible for you to average 20 plus points a game being on the bench, but it takes to being consistent. So Nina hit that right on the money.
Yeah, great question down in the comments. But yeah, man, to be honest, man, I'm gonna keep it real. I keep it real on Big Baby Sports Podcast, or Big Baby Sports. Um, I have a feeling if Kuzma got traded, he'll have the same impact like D'Angelo Russell. Remember when D'Angelo Russell got traded to Brooklyn? All Star the next year. I feel like that will happen if Kuzma gets traded. Whatever reason, when they get traded, they play better. You know, and here's the thing: it's because it's the spotlight. I really honestly think it's the spotlight now. You know, he's all about fashion. He's all about dress code. He's all about fashion. And I'm gonna keep it real. He's not. I don't know if he's in the gym or not, but maybe he wants to be a fashion over being an NBA player. Like I said it. I said it. Laker fans get on me about Kuz. My personal opinion, I keep it 100.
You never know. I mean, he could. I mean, like I said, he could have other things he's doing, but remember, we can flash back because it is coming up on a very tragic day in NBA history. But you know, there is somebody that we all know that used to come to every, no matter win or loss, he'd wake up at probably 3 in the morning, 4 in the morning, and be on a practice court or be at the Lakers training facility at like 5 in the morning, or be the first one there already shooting before 2 hours before their practice would show up. And Kobe, Kobe had Kuzma there with him. He had that was already his guidance. And if there's anything you can learn that's coming up that he's taught you, is the more work you put in, especially he being so young still,
Mm-hmm.
the better you will be, no matter what. No matter what you do. Yeah, you have your Puma deal with shoes.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you like being dressing up, making sure you look nice. Cool. Nobody's gonna care about that though if you're not performing well. You can look nice all you want,
If you're not
but you got to
bringing
go out
me,
there. You got to go out there and perform, because in the end of the day, as LeBron said it best, is without Kuzma scoring, we don't win a championship.
yeah, hundred
And that's a
percent,
bold statement.
100%, man. I agree with you 100%, Aaron. But if you're doing fashion, dress, and you're not getting in the gym, bringing us one of these, get up on out of here. Us fan base, we care about these. We don't care about what you're doing in the fashion or Puma. If you bring us these, we're good. But if you slack off, get up on out of here. I'm keeping it real. But I like Kuzma's game. I like Kuzma's game. Love his game, but he has to improve on certain things. Like he's a big time Kobe fan, which I get. I get. I get you're a big time Kobe fan, Kuz, but stop doing that Kobe spin around. It's not working. You're not. You do it and you hit the side of the backboard. Stop doing that Kobe Bryant move. The only Kobe can do it, and DeMar DeRozan. But for some reason, Kuzma can't do it. You need to stop doing that, Kuzma. Please stop doing that Kobe spin fadeaway. It looks ugly. It really looks ugly. Stop doing it. Stop trying to do the pump fake. You're not Kobe. Play your own game, Kuzma. Be the Kuzma, not the Kobe. Be Kuzma. Got a
Exactly.
question? Yeah, you got a question from Nina. How do you? Go ahead, Aaron.
What do you
Take
guys
that one
feel
away.
about How do you guys feel about Caruso since he returned? Uh, Caruso is Caruso. I mean, that he, Nina, when Caruso comes out there, he gives you energy. He makes the bench better. He makes, whether he's playing with the starters at sometimes, he's a great player to have. No matter, what his stat line was. Let's see, he only had 3 points today. 3 points and 4 assists tonight. You know,
Hmm.
I'm not worried about it. If he's going to come out there, maybe not as aggressive tonight, but it's everything. His hustle. Like he had opportunity. There was an opportunity in the game where the ball, he swiped it away. The dude, I don't know if he was dealing with. I don't know if the other player didn't see him or what. Swiped the ball away. Caruso looked like he banged up his hand a little bit on that play. Took the ball, passed it out, made a great pass, and they scored on it. It's just those little plays, and you think how much he implemented, his style of play in the playoffs that helped us. And he had plenty of those opportunities that was just like, wow. You look at who the Lakers have, and it's like there's some players on this Lakers team that they are going to offer when their free agency comes up. There's players on that team that are going to get a nice fat contract, and I guarantee you, Caruso will get a nice deal because him and the Kuzmas and the KCPs, the younger guys, Trez, the Matthews or Wesley Matthews. Those guys are all going to get good offers. So, I expect to see Caruso keep being him, and possibly get a little bit more aggressive. I'll take him scoring a little bit more.
Yeah, me too, man. Caruso's game, love it. His energy, his hustle, great grind, his tenacity, and he plays really good defense. Very underrated defender. And him and LeBron on the court, man, they know each other's game. Alex Caruso very high basketball IQ. Very high basketball IQ, man. Loved it. What up, Purple and Gold? I believe Purple and Gold. What's up, man? But I'm gonna end this Big Baby Sports. Be sure to tune in Tuesday for Lakers Live pregame show. Starts at 4 p.m. West Coast time. Thank you for everybody in the comments, man. Thank you, Aaron, for tuning in once again. And hey, it feels so good to be back. It feels so good
to have
be
you,
back.
bro.
And make sure you guys follow or subscribe to the channel, Big Baby Sports. Click the notification bell so when we go live, pregame and postgame show, you get notified. And we'll talk to you guys 4 p.m. West Coast time on Tuesday. Have a good night, everybody.
Take care.